I love using the internet. My name is Kevin and welcome back to another video. So for today's video I have a review of The School for Good and Evil by Soman Chainani. I really hope I said that correctly because this book is so amazing and I hope I didn't butcher the author's name. So just before I jump into my thoughts about this book and give you guys an overview of what this book is about, I just want to say that I read this book for my book club that I'm part of, World of Words, and I'm going to leave the link down below. You can join our book club and you can still read this book with us if you want to, because we're doing our live show for it on May 8th. So I'm going to be discussing my thoughts and opinions on this book a lot more with Ilse from Ilse's Books. And so yeah, and for May we are going to be reading The Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J Maas. So you can join us in for our May read along of that book too if you want. So yeah, the link's down below if you want to go join that book club. So yeah, I really hope you do because it's a lot of fun. Basically, this book is about a girl named Agatha and a girl named Sophie. Sophie is a girl who is very good. She thinks she's good. She does all these deeds and helps out these people in her local town. And then there's Agatha, who's kind of a loner and doesn't like to be around other people, but she is somehow friends with Sophie. Because basically in this town where Sophie and Agatha lived, a schoolmaster comes and kidnaps 2 children every 4 years. So basically one of the kids that he takes goes to the school for evil and one goes to the school for good. And basically Agatha and Sophie get taken and Sophie gets dropped into the school for evil and Agatha gets dropped into the school for good. And they think they're all mixed up because Sophie is so convinced that she is good and she'll be in the school for good, and Agatha just fits the evil school, and they've both been dropped off into different schools and they just believe that they are in the wrong schools and they need to swap. That's what Sophie believes, but Sophie is constantly trying to get back into the school for good because she wants to be at this school. Agatha, however, is not someone who wants to be there. She kind of went along because it was more Sophie's idea, and so she's trying to get herself home and her and Sophie home, but Sophie is more convinced about getting into the correct school. I don't want to jump in too much because it's a spoiler, but basically this is like kind of a fairy tale retelling, not really. It kind of features like Cinderella and Snow White, but they're just like stories that you hear about, kind of like they've happened in the past and this is in the present, like them stories have happened before and now they're living their own fairy tales, kind of. That's what it's about. And basically they just learn to become, in this evil school they learn to become villains, in the good school they learn to become good, and there's princes and princesses, villains, all that kind of stuff. And yes, that's basically the main premise of this book. I don't want to say too much more, as I've already said, because it's going to be way too spoilerish. So my overall thoughts on this book, I really loved it. I give it 5 out of 5 stars. I highly enjoyed it, and I'm definitely going to be picking up the book 2 and book 3. I'm planning on getting them tomorrow if I can see them in the shop, and I will be reading them straight away because I really loved this story, and the writing was just so good and fast paced. And the one-liners in this book, especially with the character of Agatha, were just absolutely hilarious and actually had me laughing out loud at points. And I really loved her. She was like my favorite character. I just instantly loved her because I could just connect with her. And Sophie, I liked her, but you just at the back of your mind you're just like, I don't like you. So, but yeah, they're just such good lovable characters. All the other side characters in this are also really good, and I just really enjoyed it. There was a lot of twists and turns in this at the end, and I was actually quite shocked. And yeah, it was just so good. I don't know what really to say about the writing. It was just so fast paced, so entertaining. This is obviously a middle grade book, so it fits the middle grade. Also the ending, I really liked the ending of this book because we don't really know how it's going to go. Like with the ending, it's really wide open for the rest of these book series. It can go any way at all, since as we've seen like throughout the book, there is like constant like stuff you weren't expecting, so we really don't know what's going to happen for the rest of the book. Another thing I really liked in this book is at the start of each chapter there is an illustration. I'm going to try find one at the start of the thing. I don't know if you can see if there's an illustration, and basically all the photos at the start of the chapters have something relating to what goes on in that chapter. So with that one, I think that's one of the houses that's Agatha's house, so it like relates to her because there's a part where Sophie goes to her house, so it relates to the part in the book. And another part I really liked in this book is also the map. They have a map here of the school for good and evil, and it's just really good. It helps you visualize everything a lot more, and the whole pictures and everything throughout the book are cartoon-like pictures, just like the front cover. So when I'm reading this, I'm picturing it as a cartoon. Yeah, I don't really know what more to say about this book because without saying spoiler, but if you want to know more of my spoilery thought, you can join our live show for this book with the book club on Ilse's Books channel, which I'm going to have linked down below. And on May 8th, we will be discussing this book in greater detail with spoilers. So if you want to know my opinions on certain parts in the book, I will be discussing them there. So yeah, other than that, that's really all I can say about this book. I just really enjoyed it. It definitely lived up to its expectations for me because it's getting a lot of hype here on BookTube, and it definitely lived up to that. And this is also my cousin Denise's one of her favorite books, and she was really excited when I was reading it, and I loved it just as much as she did, so that's a good thing. So that is it for this video, guys. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you've read The School for Good and Evil, let me know down below what you thought of the book. And other than that, I will see you guys all on Sunday for my next video, so goodbye.